I think we're going to come up to Garv's set that I destroyed. That I destroyed 2 weeks of Garov's work by trying to learn how to 3D model, and somehow I ended up erasing 2 weeks of his work. Because it was the fish place that you had to redo.
Oh yeah, the elevator.
Yeah, the elevator and that place with the fish.
Late night at the morgue, isn't it, Membrillo?
You know I can't sleep with John Doe's on the slab, Manny. If I don't ID these rose gardens tonight, I won't be ready for the 2 that come in tomorrow. And before you know it, I'm up to my ass in azaleas.
Oh, Membrillo. My brother actually makes Membrillo, which is a quince jelly that you eat with cheese. Membrillo means quince.
Well, you sure doesn't sound like it.
Membrillo.
Oh, Membrillo, that's different.
Yeah. What'd you think I said?
Death makes sad stories of us all.
How's business?
Booming, unfortunately. More crime every day. And more sproutings like these. Something's happening back in El Morro, I think. And its dark hand is finally reaching us here in Rubacava.
What exactly are you looking for?
I'm digging for a treasure that part of me does not wish to find. For when I uncover that sad doubloon that tells me who this poor soul is, my reward is not riches, but the chance to make a phone call and break somebody's heart. Of course, with this equipment, the search could go on for some time.
Membrillo, why do you stay in town? Why don't you head off toward the Ninth Underworld?
Manny, you can only search for something for so many years before you stop believing in it altogether.
Do you ever worry that your job is getting to you, Membrillo?
Well, forensic botany is a trying job, Manny. But have you ever spent much time here with a florist? In life, they became florists because they love flowers. But here, a flower is a symbol of pain, of death within death. Their conflicted feelings build and build, and eventually, they become quite mad.
Thanks for the tip. I guess I'll send balloon bouquets from now on. You don't believe in the Ninth Underworld?
Why do you think we're all here in Rubacava?
'Cause you're waiting to earn off your time, or you can't afford passage, or...
Manny, we've given up. All of us. When you've been here long enough, you will too.
Can I help?
Sure. Grab hold of this leaf right here. Manny?
I can't do it.
I know. I was just testing.
How do you do this job?
Without becoming jaded, you mean? My secret to happiness, Manuel, is that I have the heart of a 12-year-old boy. I keep it over here in a jar. Would you like to see it?
No.
Sorry. Old coroner joke.
Well, don't let me bother you.
Always nice to...
Only Police Chief Bogan knows how... Reward offered for cargo stolen from shipyard receiving area, including a large suitcase bearing the initials HL.
I remember one time showing Pete something. He said, well, I don't like it, but I don't know why. And which is the most helpful criticism that you can ever get, because you don't know how to fix the thing. But I'm being facetious.
Only police...
I remember at the time it was a big debate, like, should we require P100 or P133, like penning 100, penning 133? It's like, nope, your target platform is whatever was on sale at CompUSA for $500 last year.
It's like a P70.
Yeah, it's like, what P60 I think is what we ended up with as the minimum spec. We ended up going for P90 at the end, but it was one of the things where it's like those kind of constraints where it's like you really could pull it off with all the kinds of machines we had in the company, but the average consumer who we wanted to sell the game to did not have a machine like that. So that's one of the vagaries of the PC market that still persists,
Yeah, and you wouldn't, when you think about Grim, you wouldn't necessarily think, but there's like all hand-coded assembly rasterizers in here. There's hand-coded assembly blitters in here. Lots of like layout asset management. This was a tricky game to optimize and to get running acceptably on the kind of machines that people were going to be running it on. But it doesn't come off like the same technical challenge as a Jedi Knight or something like that. And it wasn't.
I mean, it's different kind of technical challenge, much more kind of interdisciplinary.
It was really getting all this weird stuff happening at the same time.
Definitely should give a huge shout out to Peter Chan, and
Evening, Lupe.
Hi, Manny. I have a note for you from Lola.
Lola?
Yes. Now, where is it? Where? Oh, here. No, wait. Dang. I have a whole new system for messages. Just let me... Here. No, wait. Be quiet. Here it is. Wait a second. It's empty. There was something inside. It felt like a key.
A key?
Yes! But did somebody come back here and snake the key while I was sorting the codes? Who would do that? They messed up my whole system!
Evening, Lupe.
Hi, Manny.
Okay, back to work.
Okay.
I just had a run-in with Domino and Meche. We're leaving town.
What? How?
Domino's got Meche. We're going after them tonight.
What should I do?
Just sit here until I get a boat.
Sit here. Check. Okay.
Sounds good.
I know it.
Ah, Marillo de Oro. A very fine liqueur filled with solid gold flakes. Yes, I better take this with me for safekeeping. Ah, Marillo de Oro. Well, maybe just a sip. Ah. I don't think I could swallow any more metal right now. I don't think I could swallow any more metal right now. Ah, Mytee.
Manny's music, the Casino Calavera music, is that was a big moment for me doing the score because it was done fairly early on, and it kind of it determined a lot of other stuff, just sort of stylistically.
Mm-hmm.
Get that sort of Gene Krupa thing going on in the beginning, and
Gene Krupa.
yeah, one of the great drummers of all time.
Not while they're losing. Not while they're... Mind if I sit down, Charlie?
Of course not, Manny. I mean, it is your club, right?
Right. So what are you doing in it? Didn't I tell you not to come back until you can pay your bar tab?
Oh, or they kicked me out of that cat track for printing fake betting stubs. So now I have to come here, Manny, which I love, which I love.
Why aren't you over at the roulette tables?
The roulette is for lonely widows and Frenchmen. Why don't you get some slot machines, Manny? Everybody, old women, little children, they all love slot machines. And I have a system, an infallible system for beating them.
I think slot machines attract an undesirable element.
Oh, well, we're all undesirable, Manny.
Yeah, but your credit's no good to boot. All my friends are lonely widows and Frenchmen.
Except me, Manny. I'm here to keep you sane.
That's a nice suit. Where'd you steal it?
Manny, if you learn to play the odds like Chowchilla Charlie, then maybe you too can have a suit this fine someday.
Tell me your system, Charlie.
I can't tell you my secrets. Just this. You have to become one with the bandit, Manny. You have to get inside the machine and make it want to pay.
On second thought, stay away from my roulette tables. How did you print fake betting stubs?
With this. Isn't she beautiful? The last time I was incarcerated, I shared a cell with the most dishonest con man I ever met. He was strictly small time, and I managed to steal this from him quite easily.
Thanks. You never know when this may come in handy.
Hey, give that back to me, Manny.
Maybe once you settle your bar tab, eh, Charlie?
Oh, Manny.
What else can you counterfeit?
Nothing. Anything.
So can you make passports?
Manny, you still think like a living man in so many ways. No soul needs a passport. We are all citizens of the same nation, and our king rides a pale horse.
So no passports?
No, that little hologram is so tricky, you know?
Chowchilla Charlie.
Oh, yes.
That name comes from an actual person I know who was from Chowchilla, which no one remembers anymore, but when I was a kid, an entire school bus full of children was kidnapped in the town Chowchilla. Do you remember that? In
No.
California.
Wow.
A school bus full of kids was kidnapped, and the people demanded ransom. And it was crazy to think about. It was on the news. It was
Jeez.
Chowchilla. Everyone was talking about this kids, and eventually they were found and rescued, and I don't believe they were hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I can talk about that story now.
Yeah.
And all the kids went home. But and then years later, I just a friend of ours was dating this guy named Charlie, and he was from Chowchilla, and I was like, "Oh wow, were you on the bus?" He was like, "No, I was sick that day. I was sick. I didn't go to school that day, and so I didn't get kidnapped."
Wow.
And we always referred to him as Chowchilla Charlie.
Wow.
And he's now in the game as Chowchilla Charlie, even though his personality is not as sleazy as this character. He was a fine, outstanding, although very lucky guy.
Yeah.
But this is our Peter Lorre character.
How about driver's licenses?
Sure. Just, give me a recent picture, $50 in, about 2 weeks, okay?
Can you make reasonable union cards?
Manny, are you going to start moonlighting, or are you just looking to hang out with the sailors?
Can you do it or not?
I have a deal for you. If you can retrieve my money from Maximino, I can make you president of that crooked union.
I don't need to be president. And why does Max have your money?
I put a whole suitcase of it up for collateral on a rather large wager last month. The race was fixed, Manny. They stole my money like common thieves. Here, take this VIP pass and use it to get into the High Rollers Lounge. They won't let me in there anymore. There should be a safe somewhere in the wine cellar, and my suitcase should be in it.
And you can get me a card tonight.
If you make it back, Manny, the card will be on the table.
Le numéro gagnant, le 35, noir, entre les passes. 35, black, house pays all winners, le banque paye.
Everything okay down here?
I'm going to need some more chips if Monsieur Lucky does not call it a night soon.
Everything okay down here?
I'm going to need some more chips if Monsieur Lucky does not call it a night soon.
You know, some people say you should always walk away from the table when you're on a winning streak.
Oh, yes, but I'm feeling extra lucky tonight.
Le numéro gagnant, le 28, noir,
You know, some people say you should always walk away from the table when you're on a winning streak.
Oh, yes, but I'm feeling extra lucky tonight.
28, black.
Not while they're losing.
Mesdames et messieurs, faites vos jeux, s'il vous plaît.
Check out this fancy pass to the High Rollers Lounge. Can you believe how full of themselves they are over there? I don't think their place is any more VIP than ours, do you?
I don't know. I try to stay away from that place.
Really? Why?
'Cause of my problem.
Gladys? Compadre?
Whoo, yeah. Whoo, yeah.
It's locked, but this gate only leads up to the Lambada dock, and the Lambada's gone. I've got the lumps to prove it. I've tried.
strange. The characters in this game don't like to go into crowded areas, almost as if it's too hard to render them.
Please do not leave children unattended.
It's strange. The characters in this game don't like to go into crowded areas, almost as if it's too hard to render them.
Hey! Looks like a great night for
your
cat
own
races.
safety.
You hear the cats racing? We were always so sad that we never showed the cat races, but that was for
Yeah.
budget reasons. Obviously, we didn't want to cut the actual cats, but I wanted to have giant cats running on a track like that.
And the idea of a cat's racing.
You hear the cats racing? We were always so sad that we never showed the cat races, but that was for budget reasons. Obviously, we didn't want to cut the actual cats, but I wanted to have giant cats running on a track like that.
And the idea of a cat's racing being herdable enough to race is pretty. Why cats?
Why cats? There was a. God, I don't remember. Why cats? That's a good idea.
I mean, I just remember making the music going well at some point because you're near the kitty litter.
Do not pet the cats, please.
They don't have much use when they're alive, and stuffed, they don't have much more. Fuchi, that smell. Es peor que la muerte. Tempting as it is, I just can't bring myself to jump in the giant unclean kitty litter. I could open it with my teeth, but I'm not. I could open it with my teeth, but I'm not that hungry. Looks like it hurts.
Hola, Toro. ¿Cómo estás? Not now, Manny. I'm in the middle of something with Naranja here.
And so that guy, Toto Santos, which is the name of All Souls Day, that was one important casting thing that meant so much at the time. And I love The Usual Suspects.
Yes.
And there's a burn victim in the very beginning of the game, a guy who was burned on the ship.
Right.
And he's in the bed, and he's the first guy who says, "Guys, they're so safe."
Okay, right.
Is this Hungarian or Polish?
Yeah,
guy?
yeah.
And we got that actor to do Toto Santos' voice because I was like, I want him to sound like that guy from Usual Suspects. And so if you listen to him,
That's
just
awesome.
I wanted to have him say, "Guys, they're so safe." In the game, but he doesn't.
I love how all the characters have very distinct voices that match their personality and their look. Like, how much would Tim give you direction, and how much was your direction influencing?
Well, like ideally, when you go through the process, you have character pictures along with the audition copy, and we would send that out to the various agencies, and the auditions would come back, and I mean, the process kind of does that for you because you're listening to the auditions and you're looking at the picture and you narrow it down to a handful of candidates and then sort of we'd sit down with Tim and just go through them, and that's sometimes there's only one choice, and you just know it.
Right. It's just so great.
Yeah.
All of them.
What you do is you cast for like the major characters, and then you use that same talent pool with a lot of the smaller characters. Right. And so that's why Kay is, he was cast for Velasco, but then the croupier just was one of those that's like, okay, well, that fits, he works.
So you let the actors pretty much kind of come up with their character as well when they look at the picture?
Yeah. Definitely. Like for this secondary characters, they're totally undefined when you're in the studio, and so you just kind of sit there, look at the picture, look at the lines, talk about it, set a dialogue voice in, and then go.
Yeah, just create. I love it. It's just creative everywhere, like through the whole thing. Like not just with us, but even with the actors and stuff like that. And you really are like watching a movie. Yeah, it's amazing.
Absolutely. And you really want that relationship between sort of the voiceover director and the actor to be collaborative and allow them the freedom to bring stuff to the table and try things, and it just adds a lot.
I really doubt I'll be touching that anytime soon. Looks like it hurts. Looks like it.
Whoop! I need that. You need to hold still, or I need to strap you down.
It says revolutionary design leaves Ken edges safe and smooth for Kitty. It says revolutionary design leaves Ken edges safe and smooth for Kitty. Ugh. I'm not sure what I hate more, crowds or cats, but I'm definitely not going near either one today.
Speaking of database, I mean, that was really how we accomplished so much, right? Is from an organizational standpoint of the music, of the sound effects, and of the voice. And I remember, especially for voice, how critical it was. And what we in the sound department would do is inherit and share the use of the database with the voice department. And you could do a search and isolate all the lines for, say, Manny, or isolate all the lines that needed to have reverb baked into them, or another type of processing. And then you would just divide and conquer and just master everything in groups and bring it all together, have a single reference for volume, and use the database to keep organized and isolate different found sets of different criteria.
I'm a strong believer in things that should be, when you're making stuff, it should be something that could only been made by you or in that group of people, and at the time you made it in the place you made it.
Yes.
I think Grimm is definitely that case. That's one of the great things about Grimm. I think it's a collection of amazing artists like you and the visual artists and the programmers and the actors, and everything that came together for that game was just such a was almost an overwhelming distraction of amazing artists coming together. Like oh my God, look at that background. Oh my God, listen to this music. Oh my God, listen to that voice. So I think it makes that game really special. But it also has a lot of personal details that are just kind of woven into it that makes it so, like, even if we were making this game from scratch with the same intentions today, it would just be completely different.
Well, Manny Calavera, you never come up here to see me anymore.
Well, I thought you could use the company with everybody gone for the Day of the Dead.
In that case, Manny, why don't you stick around until 6? That's when I get off.
Can I try out your metal detector?
What's your sudden interest in metal detectors, Manny?
I'm just a collector.
Well, I'll show it to you when I'm on break. How's that?
Busy night?
Hardly. Everybody's gone home for the holiday already. This place is dead, and I'm bored, Manny. Bored.
What's the shuttle waiting for?
They're just cleaning it, but they're very thorough. We run a tight ship here, you know.
Why don't you come by the club anymore?
Well, to tell you the truth, Manny, it's your little coat check girl. All that bubbly energy, I just want to strangle her.
I've tried that. It doesn't stop her. When's your break?
Dawn.
Oh, that's too late. I'm shipping out tonight.
Yeah, right. I've fallen for that line too many times.
I think it's time for your break. We could slip in the back for a little drink. You can tell me all about your job, the danger, the metal detectors.
That back room's all business, Manny, and so am I.
What kind of business goes on back there, Carla?
Strip searches. And you don't qualify.
Why don't I qualify for a strip search?
Manny, I agree it would help pass the time, but we have procedures and rules here, and you never know when they're watching. I can only strip search people when a regular search turns up nothing.
Hey, it's worth a try.
Ooh, I love this part. Sir, if you will, please place all of your belongings on the security desk. Oh, you're clean. Rats, Manny, I almost got to strip search you.
Are you?
Don't touch.
Amarillo de... Well, maybe just a sip.
Sir, if you will, please place all of your belongings on the security desk. You sure you're not packing anything else?
Nothing that would set off that thing.
Then, sir, I'm afraid you'll have to step into the back with me.
Rules are rules.
And of course, with my dad being in the military, we moved around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this one town we moved to when I was in the 1st grade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the only industry in the area was figs. Acres and acres of fig trees everywhere you looked. I myself never really cared for figs. I always liked dates more. Or prunes. Don't you just love prunes?
Dates.
They have such a great texture. They're all
Never a
wrinkled
big
up
fan
like
of
my
prunes.
Grandma Hedwig's face. Oh, poor Grandma Hedwig. She was always
Hedwig,
forgetting
that's an
things.
interesting name.
I remember one time back when I was 6.
Never a big fan of prunes.
Or maybe I was 7. No. I had
Probably
to be
you were
6
7.
because Mr. Rufus was still alive. Now there was a good dog, Mr.
Funny,
Rufus.
that's the name of my bookie.
He was such a sweet little puppy.
I remember I had a
We didn't
dog
care
once.
that he was deaf. He was as deaf as they come, but he'd still try to bark.
What's that?
And it would come out sounding like a cat,
Have you ever
coughing
eaten
up a
bark?
hairball.
It's not that bad.
Which our cat often did. He had
I
such
remember I
long
had a
hair.
hairball once.
I don't really like long-haired cats, do you, Manny?
Ick.
They're just so... I like short-haired cats. They seem
No,
less
they're
stuck
harder to
up.
pick out of the grill.
People think I'm stuck up sometimes, believe it or not.
No, they're harder to pick out of the grill.
No, they really do. I don't know why. I guess
Actually,
it's because
I
I'm
thought you
so
were
shy.
pretty stuck up the first time I met you.
I was shy all the way through high school. I never went to a single
I
day
was was in
parents.
detention all the way through high school.
No,
Yes,
don't get me wrong,
seems
the boys
shy.
would ask, but I'd just run away. My mom said I could have
Running
been
away?
homecoming queen
That
if
sounds
I'd
pretty
just
good
smile
right now.
once in a while. She always said, a
Well,
smile
moms
is
are
the
always
most
right.
important part of any outfit. Well, maybe I
Your
would
mom
have
must have loved
smiled
you
more,
very
Mom, if
much.
you hadn't drank so much. Was I supposed to
Oh,
smile when the cops called us in the middle of the night to tell us to come get you out of the drunk tank? Maybe if I had smiled more, Daddy wouldn't have left us. We'd be together right now. You,
Yikes.
me, Daddy, and Grandma
I
Hedwig.
really have to go.
And Mr. Rufus. And I'd be wearing my homecoming
That reminds
queen
me, I
crown
need to call
and
my bookie.
eating figs and I'd...
Yeah, figs.
Oh, Mother!
And?
I'm so sorry!
Oh, God. Maybe you want to be alone now. Don't cry. Now. Don't cry. Now. Don't cry. Now. Don't cry. Here, let me hold that metal detector for you while you cry.
Did you just come back here to ask to borrow my metal detector?
Yes.
What is it with you in this thing? I'm sick of it, Manny. If this is all you want, you can fight the cats for it. Why is it all men are after the same thing? Except you. The only woman you care about is that Calamar dame, and she split on you. I don't know what she did to you, but you know what? I'm done trying to figure it out, pal.
Carla.
Calavera, it is indeed a great day for the revel. Say hola to little Manny. Please feed him some breadcrumbs and send him back quickly, so we may know that our maiden flight was a success.
Her character's a little bit inspired by, I think it's Big Sleep too, where Bogart is hiding from someone. He needs to hide in a bookstore.
Right.
And he goes in there, and there's a woman in there, and she's really into him.
Chippa Ben-Hur 1863 edition, the one with the errata on page 47 or something.
Wow, that is a memory. Yeah.
Well.
And it's just really, he looks at her, and he's like, she seems like she's really attracted to him, if I remember correctly. And he like takes off her glasses and is like, yeah, okay. Like it was really kind of messed up scene. But
well, it's that that was the subtext
Yeah.
of the noir film.
And then he pulls the shades.
Hanky-panky
Yeah, the
will go
hanky-panky.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
right.
they lock the door and pull down the shades. And that's a little bit what this scene is all a
Mhm.
reference to or inspired by.
Because she's telling him her story.
Manuel, I am sorry to hear that you have not. You might.
He still thinks I'm in love with her. When did you put in a floor safe?
That's our new contained detonation chamber in case someone tries to come through here with a bomb.
Since when does Rubacaba have a terrorism problem?
This town's changing, Manny. It's getting tougher every day.
Me and this ticket printer, we're gonna make a mint. You wouldn't happen to have a second mint? Bye, Carla.
Drop dead!
Well, that's the hole I saw Carla's metal detector fall through. Oh,